Let's go to Mark Eiglarsh, the criminal defense attorney. Mark, obviously the coroner was very, very careful, limiting any further details beyond the fact that Gabby was strangled. Obviously that was by design, but what do you think is going on behind the scenes?
Well, first, he wanted to make sure that he didn't find himself a guest of the local jail by revealing anything more than the statute allows him to. By law, in Wyoming, the only thing he can reveal is the cause of death. Now, the reporters got some more out of him, like she wasn't pregnant and some other details. But for the most part, what we really wanted to know, things like, did he do it? Well, I defer to the FBI. That's not what we decide. Was there any kind of bruising? No, sorry, we can't talk about that. Did you see any physical evidence that would suggest it was with his hands versus an object? Cannot tell you that. So there's still a lot that they know, they're just not telling us, and with good reason.
So, Mark, the fact that they have not upped the charges beyond just, theft of a debit card, could there be any way to interpret that? In other words, either they don't have enough information or they do, and they're just piecing it all together.
Okay, here's my very strong feeling, having been in the criminal arena for 30 years. They know he did it. We know he did it. He enjoys the presumption of innocence in a court of law, but in the court of public opinion, there's no one else who likely did it. They're calling him a person of interest publicly, but we all know even before today's announcement, he was a suspect. He's the #1 prime only suspect, and that's really what he is. You can call him whatever you want. Maybe they haven't removed that label because it might be better for him to possibly get him in. You're merely a person of interest. We just want to talk to you. That might increase the chances of getting him in. Here's the other reason why they don't charge him right now. As Ted Williams correctly indicated, they're absolutely reviewing and gathering further evidence. The minute you arrest him, assuming they can find him, his speedy trial clock starts to tick, meaning the amount of time they have to bring him to justice, as long as the defense doesn't delay the trial, begins. So why go ahead and arrest him for that right now unless you have to? They can arrest him if they can find him on the theft charges, and then they can bring charges right away.
Mark, what if Laundrie is dead? We might never know what happened.
Which I suspect, by the way. Yeah, no, I think that's, I do. I thought that from day one. I hope not. I would love to see a trial. I'd love to see justice done. But that was my gut feeling. Yeah, I think that he knew that we would find out exactly what he did. And strangulation, he knew, he's smart enough to know that that would leave the type of clear physical evidence that we would then all know what he did. He wasn't going to sit around for that.
What if there's a wild card element to this, Mark, where a third person's DNA or samples are discovered at the scene, complicating the case, and maybe yet an alternative reason why they have not upped charges at this point? What do you think?
I think that is possible. That is 100% going to be the likely defense, assuming there ever is a trial. I left her. Yeah, my DNA is all over her because I was with her. That doesn't prove anything. So yes, there's some third person who must have come upon this pretty young gal and then did things to her that you can't say that I did. All the defense needs is a reasonable hypothesis of innocence. And while all the evidence seems to suggest that he probably did it, that's not enough. It's proof beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt.
Do you think Laundrie's family knows significantly more than they're saying?
Yes. There is no other reason why you would stand that kind of public scrutiny with people, metaphorically, with pitchforks outside your home. You're getting crucified in the court of public opinion. The only reason why you do that is because you're looking out for your boy, and you'd rather take it to the court of public opinion than have him spend the rest of his days in a cage.
Mark Eiglarsh, thank you very much, criminal defense attorney, following this very slow winding process of just trying to find out where Brian Laundrie is, indeed, if he's still alive.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.